Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. So my name is Abdul Razak and I'm from 11 RPL. And today I want to show you how to make a simple Al-Quran website with Laravel. So I'm going to share my screen. First that you can search in Google laravel.com and then you can open the documentation here. Press this and scroll down. This one, creating a Laravel project. You can copy this, the first one, and open terminal, and you can paste this on the terminal and change the example app to Quran web, and you will wait for this to download, and then we'll also be using Al-Quran API. You can search alquran.cloud/API for the Al-Quran data, because we won't be making it ourselves. We're gonna just call it from the API. We're gonna have a juice of the Quran, the whole Quran, the surah, the ayah, and the ayah translation. And we're also gonna need Visual Studio Code for the code editor. But first, we wait for the Laravel to download first. This is done. You can open Finder and find the app, the uh, the folder. My name is Quran strip web. This one. Then just drag and drop to the VS Code. Now we try to do in the terminal. We write PHP artisan serve to test if it's working or not. And you can click on the link, and if it shows like this, then it's working. And now we're gonna move on to what we're gonna use. First, we're gonna use views. Then in roots here, we're gonna use web.php for the routing process, and also in app. And then in HTTP, there is controller, and we're gonna be using this too. Uh, First, in the terminal, you can stop this running by using Control C in MacBook. We're gonna make a terminal, a controller. First is PHP artisan make semicolon controller and name it Quran controller. And this is uh, where we're gonna put the functions. And then we're also gonna make views. This we just do right click new file, surah.lake.php, and then hold on. stuff in the function index. So because this API doesn't use an API key, we don't need to make it. We don't need to make one. But for good measures, we can do it like this, but not put anything in the PHP. Then client. This is a feature from the Laravel itself. Ah, right. Um, Before that, you have to install Guzzle HTTP. You know, it's for taking the API, so you can call the API. It, you have to install it in the terminal, and wait, you can type in composer require and Guzzle HTTP slash Guzzle like this, and it will install the Guzzle files, and this won't be an error. Then don't forget dot semicolon, because PHP always use semicolon in the end of the code, or it will be a result in an error. And now we're gonna make a new variable for the Qur'an response. This will store the response from the API client. Get uh, we're gonna take the from the Qur'an API HTTPS semicolon slash slash API dot Qur'an dot cloud p1 p1 this from the website I mentioned earlier, and semicolon again. Sorry, not semicolon. In here we add the box like this and the semicolon here. We're gonna put something here. Header equals and then arrow box content type. The T is capital equals application slash this one a comma, then the API key. The API is all capital, and we call the API key the variable here. And now we're going to uh, call the response with this. We make new variable and data, then we decode this so it can be read by humans. We use the Quran response here, then get body uh, through semicolon, and we return this view. The name was welcome, so we use welcome here. Welcome with single quote. Welcome. Then box Quran data, nothing in this, using another single quote, arrow, Quran data. The first one doesn't use the dollar. This. So these functions calls all the things in the Quran API here, which is all the whole Quran. And now we're moving to the welcome.blade. Um, Actually, we can just delete this and make a new one called index.blade.php. And in the Quran controller, we change the welcome to index, and in web also index. This is calling the function from Quran controller, the, not the views. In here, we're gonna add the HTML. Just type in uh, exclamation mark, and it will make this. You can change this to Quran. Then for the body, you can put h1 Quran. Then we're doing looping with PHP here using uh, if is set, then we call the Quran data. We're calling the API that we want to show in the website. First is data, and then we go to Surah S, and then reference like this. Then for each, for each, uh, for each Quran data, same like above. You can just copy paste this because it's the same, like this, and then put here as surah. Now inside of the for each we put the call we call the we display it by like this surah. Then the name in the API is English name. Um, and then the surah number is the ayat in this, the first in this number, same like the above, this surah, and then the name is number of ayat. Then that is all. We're gonna just use English name and the ayat number of ayat. Then we put here n for each, and here n if. Down. This is correct. Wait. Like this, and this should uh, get the ayah, then we run it. You can do PHP artisan serve and open the previous one. Wait. Oh, sorry, there is a typo here. Index.play. Now it should work. Here in the Quran, all of the ayahs and the surah is success. It's here now. And you can all the you can open it here. You can check the API like this, and as you can see here, I using first is the data, right, from this URL, and then I will call the data and then goes to surah here, reference, and I will take the English name Al-Fatihah. This is also Al-Fatihah, and the number of ayah 7 7. So we successfully called this API, and now we're moving to the next function, which is get detail of the surah. Gonna make it here, new function, public function detail surah. We put in a parameter surah number, so it can uh, be using looping here. We use checking, so if the number isn't there, it will show error. Here surah number, then using this or surah number. If it's below 1 or it's more than 114, will show error. Surah 404, we put in the message. Now we are making uh, the surah one. We're using the same method as before. Client equals new client like this, and you can actually copy paste this below here, but without the API key. You can delete that and change the Quran response to surah response. Okay. Now it's quite similar. In the bottom we use surah data. This one decode like before, surah response, get boarding through. And this also the same, but we use the views in surah instead of the one in index. Surah, using single quote, the first one, surah data as surah data. Like this. And then we of course have to add where if we click on the text, it will move to the surah, the detail surah. So what we can do is we change in this h2, put in a this A, and then it will show like this A or H or F, and we make this semicolon URL in single quote slash surah slash make it like this, and then space dot, we call the surah variable, then the number, the al-fatihah, the first number, and then wait, single quote is here, and then English name, yes, and the end of A here, you can cut this and put it on the back. So the surah English name is inside of the A. So if it's clicked, then it can move there. And I will also add the number. Actually, it's not needed, so we can move on to surah because this is just simple, same like before. But we can make it this so it the same as the surah. You can use surah data, then data English name. Then we use each one. We call the surah data, data English name also. English name. Then header 2, the Jews. Also the same, surah data, data. Then yes, we put in 0 here, so it's not error. It won't cause error. Just then we do the for each this, and we're gonna add surah data, data and ayah. So it will repeat, it will loop the it will loop the API without us calling it multiple times. First ayah, then the variable ayah here, then number, in, then text for the ayah, the first text like this. And don't forget in the PHP root, we have to call the function. You can just copy this and change the index to the function name, which was detail surah, and add here surah slash surah number. And now, if we try this, it should be able to refresh. Now there's links in all of these surah, each of surah. Let's try Al-Fatihah. We load and there's error. Wait. And if it errors like this, you can try adding this. No. Wait. error. I forgot in the URL. I haven't changed this one, so you should change this to v1 not meta that's surah slash like this, and then in the end here add a dot and all the surah number, and this should solve the problem. Go to Qur'an, and if we click whatever surah, hmm, it, okay, so the problem is this one is not using the surah data, it's only surah. Forget to add that, and now it works. This is the detail surah. There is Al-Fatihah, the first juz, and the first verse is this. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. If we try maybe Anas, 30 juz, and then the ayah here, then maybe try Al-Baqarah, and it will all show here. And to this is basically all of the thing you need. And to add the translation, it's a bit complicated because I haven't found a way that it can use both the links in one function, but you have to basically make another function of this and then change the data to the translation, and change this to uh, change it to this one, this link, and you call it you call this text instead of the Arabic text, and it will show the translation. But it appears that the time has run out, so I think that's all for me. So if there's any mistake, so